Yesterday morning, around 7 a.m., we faced the strongest winds we've ever encountered at anchor. An 80-knot microsquall tore through our boat with absolute relentless force. Barely awake, we sprang into action on deck, fighting to prevent any further destruction to Xoxo. It happened so suddenly that we barely even had time to think, much less time to be scared. And after a much-needed day of decompression, we are now assessing the collateral damage we sustained from the biggest storm of our lives.
So actually what happened yesterday, we got hit with the strongest winds that we've ever experienced. It was insanity. Brandy reached out to a few people, some people anchored over on the west side of the island, some people actually in the marina. And the highest that someone said is that we got gusts of 80 knots, which is insanity. But sustained, it was at 60. So that lasted at least a half an hour.
It lasted for 14 hours.
But yeah, it felt like 14 hours. But it was just madness. Stuff started going awry. The stack pack came undone. So then the sail was riding up the mast, just getting flogged all over the place. It was horrible. But thankfully, our little latch that keeps our slugs and keeps the luff to the mast, it came undone and it kind of tweaked it. I gotta fix that. But it tweaked it enough to allow the slugs to come undone, which actually was a good thing, I hope. We don't know what kind of damage happened to the sail, but
Thankfully, it wasn't tied to the halyard either. That's the weirdest thing.
Yeah, well, no, we've been here a week, so we put everything away. But it ripped open the stack pack, which was, I don't know, we had it like tied up and secured, so it's kind of crazy how forceful the wind can be.
I'm just grateful that this happened in the morning. We didn't have a minute. I had gotten up early that morning, did some things. Beau had just gotten out of bed, didn't put his contacts in, had his glasses on, and immediately the wind just swooped in. I opened up the hatch and noticed the sail working its way up, so Beau jumped out, I jumped out. We didn't even have time to put clothes on, you guys. Here is the situation. We don't film everything. We don't film everything because you just don't have time and you need to get to action.
Yeah, actually, the wind was so strong. I remember I was trying to manage the sail and the wind just took my glasses and they just went off into the water. So maybe we'll do a little snorkel trip and try to find them. But I've never felt rain just like, it felt like darts being thrown at me. It was
80 miles per hour.
And here I am just like holding on to this sail, like trying to just keep it from going crazy.
I'm in the back over here holding down the solar panels because they had come loose. And we're just kind of both in a holding position of what do we do next? We can't hear each other. We're just kind of like, who needs help? What do we take care of first? Like, it was just pure chaos.
Oh man. Oh.
No. No.
We got a rib.
Okay. Hopefully that's it. That's kind of not good because it's right at the slug.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not all the way through at least. You could patch that, right?
Yep, I have the right patching.
It's not that bad, right? Would that be a hard stitch?
It's not going to be fun. I don't have a sewing machine.
Hopefully that's it.
Better than being down the middle of the sail. Hopefully that's
Yeah,
the case.
could have been torn all the way down, right? I think once you get that patched, we'll send it up and see, because it's going to be hard to unfold, especially it's still kind of windy, to see all of it. But yeah, that looks like it's it.
On this slug.
All the other slugs look fine. Which makes sense because the sail, when it climbed up, it only probably got to a third of the height of the mast. So what's that, maybe 15 feet?
Yeah.
So that was probably taking the blunt of the flogging.
Yeah. I mean, it was just all over the place.
It was bad. Yeah.
Well, we were side to the waves and the wind, and we actually had the boom locked in because we like to be able to get as much sun on the solar as possible, and not to have the boom rocking around all night either. But I don't know if that hurt or helped. I just remember it being stuck in position and the sail was just going crazy. So we did have our swell bridle a little tight, but I loosened it up, and then we were able to kind of swing a little bit more into the wind, and I think that helped. And just for reference, it was coming from the west, which
That's west of us.
on the other side, that is the entire Caribbean Great Bahama Banks. So it had all of that time to gather storm.
In addition to the sail, our solar panel broke as well.
The mounting.
The mounting, not like this structure, or it was just not even this tubular structuring that holds the panel to this part. It was the flimsy panel material broke. So when I constructed these, I used the pre-drilled holes that came with the panel, and I think just over time with salt in the air and you got stainless up against aluminum, there was some galvanic corrosion. That was definitely the failure point. It was just one bracket, so I'm just gonna have to go back in there and drill new holes and reinforce it, put more mounting points in there as well.
So as Beau was tackling the mainsail, I'm back here holding on to this and this one. This one had gone flat, which was good because the wind was just kind of keeping it in place. This one was still locked in, and I'm trying to hold on, and I noticed that it was broken. Meanwhile, I'm just looking at that mast of land going, are we getting closer to it? I think we're staying still. We had thankfully been here for a week, and we knew that we were set. But in that sort of waves and wind situation, your heart is pounding because that's the one failure point. If we started dragging, everything else would have been dropped and we would have just had to motor into it as long as we could have. We're just so grateful everything worked out the way it did. Nothing catastrophic happened. I mean, we've got a rip in the sail. One of the panels is slightly damaged, but everything is fixable. We just didn't lose the house, which is good.
First, since we are a sailboat, the sail needs to be fixed. So we removed all the reef lines and the battens, and instead of baking in the sun all day doing the repair, we flaked it up and shoved it inside the shade of the cabin. So I think I have just enough Dacron. So I've got this piece, which hopefully I'll be able to kind of, I don't know, patch in there at a wider base. And then I've got another area that I'm going to be able to wrap this way to give extra. Since this is at the top of the sail, I feel like the extra I can give it, the better. I feel like that's where most of the pressure of pulling it up, I guess, right? When we're pulling it up. This is fixable, so crisis averted, I guess. And I mean, I'm still grateful that it happened during daylight. It was only for 30 minutes. Nothing, we weren't dragging. That, 100%. If we had been dragging, all other things would have been just put aside. But thankfully, our anchor held strong. Yes. But I'm back to, this is gonna take a while. I don't have a sewing machine on board, so I'm gonna have to use a speedy stitcher for the first time ever, which is this guy. I've actually never successfully used it, so we'll see how that goes. Because I don't think I'm gonna be able to push through 4 or 5 layers of Dacron. We'll see.
We heavily rely on solar panels to keep our Dakota batteries charged. We have a huge 48 volt battery bank that can hold over 18,000 watts. So it's vital that we get these panels mounted and wired back up. Without them, we would have to run the generator most of the day. At 350 watts each, they bring in enough power to take care of our induction cooking, lights, water maker, water heater, and 2 laptops on a clear, sunny summer day.
Oh wow, it like busted the nut all the way through. So I was thinking it ripped out that way, but it looks like it just ripped straight off of it. So, man, that's some force.
Is it even making a dent?
There's a little dent.
How long have you been at this hole?
I don't know, 20 minutes.
Oh.
We worked all the way through the night to get the repairs completed because time is not on our side right now. We should have already left this anchorage because we have another strong system coming in tomorrow, and we would prefer not to be caught in another storm. All right, next up we got to get the sail out, but I wanted to show you guys what I did. So, remember what the rope looked like. I unstitched all of this border, shoved a piece of, well, I taped it first with some sail tape to kind of keep it together. And then I shoved a piece of Dacron in between all of it, which this is what that material is. And then with my trusty Speedy Stitcher, which I've never used before, this was the first time and I'm kind of actually in love with it now. I just kind of did the holes, and yeah, after like 4 hours of watching random TV shows, and it got done early this morning after we fell asleep at, what time did we go to bed? 3?
3.
But it's done, so I'm actually really happy with it. Extra secure. I think it actually looks nice. You like it?
You did a good job.
I think it looks good for my first time using this thing.
Yeah.
This acts like a sewing machine, so you push it in, and then one thread comes out, and then you go back again, you pull it out a little bit, and there's a little loop, and you push it through, and then you pull it tight, and it's just like a sewing machine. So
like backstitch.
yeah, it's really, I mean, if you guys are on a sailboat, get one of these things, because feeding this through a machine, even if I had one, would be a pain in the butt. We've done it, but
and plus just setting up a machine is a pain.
Yeah, I mean, this was way easier. So now we gotta just get it outside and put it up, and then
Get out of here.
sail away to a more safe anchorage.
I'm just gonna fix the one bar on the one panel because I'm going through a lot of bits, just trying to get through the stainless steel. I don't have bits that are the best for the stainless. They're not specific for it, so, but I am able to get through it. I did find I have like a step-up drill. Basically that bit allows you to keep notching up, and it's a lot beefier and cuts into the stainless really well. So I got pretty much all of, I'm only putting 4 holes in here, and I got them all pretty much drilled. And instead of using Tef gel, I actually realized I had these grommets. So I'm now oversizing the aluminum holes to allow the grommets to get in there. And this will completely isolate the stainless steel bolt from the aluminum, so we'll completely eliminate the galvanic corrosion issue. And now that I have more mounting holes, it'll be stronger. So when we do get back to the States, I am gonna reinforce all of them this way. That way it's just better constructed. Well, I got the frame back together, so because we have to move because of weather, I'm gonna just do this fix.
All right, what do you need me to do?
If you could just lift that corner for now. Yeah. And we're gonna just flip it just straight out. Yep. Slide your hand up. Get a better balance. Yep. Is that line in your way?
No. What do you mean? Backstay?
Yeah.
I just don't have anywhere to step.
Okay. One done.
Got a little supervisor. No fish today, all work. No play.
Alright, let's slide it forward so you can put the strings in the, at least the back end strings.
I'm gonna have to go over, aren't I?
Just around it. It's fine. Nice little workout. But they're just so big and awkward.
Yeah.
In haste of taking the mainsail down and lowering the boom so we didn't have so much windage, our lazy jacks came out. So we've got to get those back up. Then I'm going to put the sail back on. Sail's all fixed. Beau's going to work on putting the solar power panels back together power-wise, and hopefully the one isn't damaged.
All right, we are gonna test this panel out. See what we're producing here. See how bad that damage is. .8. Let me tilt it towards the sun and see. It's working. Just wonder how efficient it is now that it's damaged. Because before we were getting overproduction. Well, our VP max is rated for 38.9, and we're pumping in, what was that,
43.9.
43.9. So we'll have to get these hooked up to see what kind of amperage we'll pump in, but seems to be working pretty well. Well enough.
This is the damaged one, right?
This is the damaged one, yeah. Right. Go test it out. See if it's pumping in power.
Got you right here.
Oh. 556.
Woo-hoo! Yeah!
10 amps.
634. 1150 amps.
Let's tilt this one a little bit more. How's that?
627. Not that
No.
you guys can see that. 627.
So that was worse.
No. Oh yeah, 635. Well, good news.
They still work.
Still work. Doesn't look like anything got super taken off.
I mean, we're only bringing a couple amps shy of what we bring in with the generator, so a couple more panels and we probably would only need the generator here and there.
In the mad rush of getting everything done, we haven't really filmed a bunch, but stack pack is engaged, sail is on, solar panels are done. Now we just got to get out of here.
Keep going.
Beau just said I have to motor forward because we got to pop it out. Well, yeah, 80 knots of wind is probably going to do that to your boat, to your anchor. Ooh, more?
Free.
All right, here we go. Man, what a pretty day.
was hectic, but we're finally underway. Got all the things taken care of. Still like a northeast wind, so we got a motor out of here. Once we turn this corner right here, we'll be able to raise our 150 up, and hopefully we can make some good timing because we got to hit that tide and we're running a little behind.
I'm super proud of us how quickly we got that done. Man, that was a crazy day and a half. When was that? 2 days ago? God, feels like forever ago and yesterday. 2 minutes ago. So we're going over to Norman's Pond. It's a 360, pretty much a hurricane hole. It's right in the middle of Norman's Key. You have to have a very shallow draft to get in, and you have to go in on high tide. High tide is in an hour. It's 7 nautical miles away. We should be okay even if we get there a little bit past, because it'll be going out, but we should be fine. We'll be fine. It's gonna be fine. It'll be fine. The main is gonna go up. Let's see how our work did. No reef points or no battens, but it's up and working. 7 knots. Okay if I pull in? All right. More?
Sir, Shetty, you copy?
Hey, Revival. How you guys doing?
Hey, we're doing good. Just waiting on the tide to go up a little bit more, I think. What about you guys?
Oh, good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're on our way. We're about
An hour out.
An hour out.
Awesome. Yeah, you guys surely won't have any trouble getting in probably with your low draft, but we've hailed a few boats, and some say there's not enough water for us to get in right now, so we'll go stand with an oar or something. I don't know.
Can you come turn the motor on?
You need to let me know when I need to drop
I will.
stuff. The motor is on.
Oh. So we got lucky. We have friends who we met back in Florida that just went into the cut, and they draw 4.5. We draw 3.9. They did bump a little bit, but they said just hug the pink line like our life depends on it, and we should be good. We're going 4.5 knots. I don't think we're going to be sailing through. We do still have the head up, but I think we should probably go ahead and drop it. Yeah, let's drop it. I have to say that this cut looks super intimidating. So I don't even look. You don't even see where you can go in at right now. Like
The sun?
No, like the sun, and like where?
Right there.
That little bitty hole.
That cut.
Okay, here.
Looks like we're just headed straight to rocks.
don't you put your glasses on? Do you want me to do it?
No, I'm good.
Okay. You're zoomed all the way in, right?
Our new anchorage is completely protected, which will hopefully reduce some of the PTSD we have from a few days ago. The thing is, it's super tricky to get in. It's a shallow draft only anchorage. And the entrance fee is a nerve-wracking, windy trail to get to the 360 degrees of calm water. Not realizing how tricky the channel is, we almost immediately ran aground.
Yeah, this all looks shallow right here, hon. Don't go this way. Reverse, 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 hard reverse.
I'm glad you were up there. Thanks for saving me.
Luckily,
Thanks, guys.
there is help ashore.
Okay, so coming into Norman's Pond, keep that on your left. Sailing in the Bahamas is challenging.
Yeah, see, you shouldn't fall.
But I don't like when it tells me that it's like red. Hello!
Like anybody was watching you guys.
No, 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 nah. It's always fun when when people recognize the boat. No hiding.
It's deceiving, but you're going to want to start going left pretty soon because there's a big, huge sandbank in front of you.
Yeah.
Let's look for it.
As I followed the directions from our guide on the beach, I wasn't paying attention to the charts.
Or -1. And we hit. Well,
Tried to be a little bit over.
we kind of missed the mark.
Yeah.
We don't know
It's
how to
like
fall.
deep right here.
Yeah, it's like right there. They'll hopefully someone can pull us off. Okay. Help is coming. Help is coming. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah! And you're gonna have to cut it if we can get off.
So close. So
Oh, look at
close.
all that sand we're stirring up.
That's gotta be
Yeah.
yeah. Dropping anchor. We're just gonna leave you with that. That was fun. That was stressful. Added to the week. No big deal. We're anchoring. We're gonna be set for the next couple of rainy days.